It's been just about 30 years since we saw on that big TV screen Paul Hogan, also known as Crocodile Dundee, advertise the first Subaru Outback. Amazing advertising campaign, amazing vehicle. It was a huge success for Subaru, pretty much taking Subaru from like a second tier, second choice brand to number one choice brand for a lot of people. So much so, even other auto manufacturers decided to come out with their own versions of the Subaru Outback, hence like the Audi Allroad and the the Volvo Cross Country, just to name a few. 30 years later, the Subaru Outback is still going strong, and it kind of is a vehicle that blurs categories, even more so when it first came out. Obviously, it's grown in size since 30 years ago when the Outback first came out based on the Legacy platform. And since then, we've seen a lot of spin-offs of the Outback philosophy, like the Forester, which has been very successful, and the equally successful Crosstrek, which I think probably now almost outsells the Outback, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, it blurs categories. Is it a station wagon? Is it a crossover SUV? At a glance, it looks like a regular sedan, but parking it right next to a mid-sized Ford Explorer, which definitely is not a car or a sedan, you can see it's not drastically smaller. Obviously, the Explorer is bigger, but you can see height-wise, you know, the roof is not that much taller, and length-wise, they're just about the same length. Obviously, the Explorer is a little bit taller, a little bit wider. You can really see that this does blur categories. So the Outback, largely based on the Legacy platform, has a higher ride height. We have matte colored bumpers and these fender flares right here. So if you encounter like brush, sticks, things on off-roading, it's not gonna get scraped up like a painted portion. Another area where Subaru is unique is the engine department. They use a whole series of flat 4 engines. A flat engine design is compact, almost like a pancake. I know people make fun of me when I say that, but it really is kind of pancake shape, or like a suitcase. So that compact design, it allows for a lower center of gravity, improving the handling and lowering the rollover risk of this vehicle, but also allows for breakaway engine mounts. So in certain frontal collisions, instead of getting pushed inside the passenger compartment, the engine will get pushed underneath. Very fuel efficient, very torquey. I'm surprised not more manufacturers use more flat engine designs, but some notable companies that employ flat engine design is Porsche with its flat 6. And then if we all remember the original Volkswagen Bug and all those cool vehicles that were based on the Bug platform, like the Thang, the Karmann Ghia, the Bus, that original Volkswagen Beetle that also used a flat 4 engine design. Another type of vehicle that uses a flat engine are airplanes, Cessnas, Pipers. They employ a flat engine design because they're very reliable, torquey, just as case with Subarus. Subarus, I see them of 150, 200,000 miles still running strong. I had a Subaru not too long ago, a 20-year-old Subaru of 150,000 miles on it. I loved it.